Hello and welcome to episode number 72 of Super Califanilistic. My name is Christian Rauchenwald and today we're going to talk about the myth that you have to get up early in order to be successful. Before we get to that, as always, a quick welcome to everybody who tunes in for the first time to any of my episodes. Make sure to hit the follow and or subscribe button depending on where you're listening or watching this, listening to or watching this. And in case you're curious about how I got on this journey with ClickFunnels and all this like entrepreneurship stuff, make sure to check out the first episode of this series as it will shed some light on how all of this happened and came to be. That said, now let's talk about the myth that early birds catch the worm. Yeah, like I don't like worms, so I'm therefore not an early bird. There's like a lot of people out there that will tell you like, yeah, you need to get up early, like get up and get stuff done before other people do in order to be successful. And I strongly disagree with this because there's also enough people out there that also disagree with this, simply because each of us has its own kind of like rhythm and schedule. Like for me, for example, there is multiple reasons why I am not an early bird, but sleep till 9, 10, sometimes even 11. Simply, like why am I doing that? First of all, I'm more productive at night. It always has been like this over the last almost 15 years. That during the day, yes, I get things done, but also during the day, there are usually more distractions like people messaging, calling, emails, and stuff like that. And while I try to like remove those distractions completely by turning off all the notifications on my phone and stuff like this, it also contains partially like urgent matters where it just don't have that much of a choice, or where it's like more important to actually reply or follow up on a message instead of like ignoring it for the sake of finishing another task. And therefore the evening hours are usually or always have been the time where I can then focus undisturbed on getting things done. And in the end, my output is greater as if I would get up a couple of hours early so people can bother me, under quotes, sooner in the day. The way it is now, I sleep a little bit longer and I can check my messages and my emails in peace in morning to see if anything urgent happened between, I don't know, 6 in the morning and the time I get up, and deal with that first. And other than that, like I already got my messages checked, so I don't need to check my emails anymore and all that stuff. And I can then get started with my today's to-do list, which usually starts like with a short period of time being active on social media. At the moment, my schedule looks like this: being active on Facebook and checking the groups and checking what people posted for multiple reasons, because my morning is like the middle of the night, or like actually for the US West Coast, it's like around midnight. And for the East Coast, it's like, between 2 and 4 in the morning, which means most people are not active anymore, which gives me the time to reply to the posts that people wrote like before going to bed. And when they wake up, most likely I'm the first one that answered their question, even though others will also answer in between, but my comment usually will be one of the first, increasing the chance for them to see them, to actually read it, to get some value from it, and to therefore then at some point perceive me as a source for valuable information and maybe start following me, maybe join my group, maybe watch my YouTube videos. And so like that's one of the reasons why I start the morning like this. If I would get up at, let's say I would get up at 6, the benefit of that would be I would also like reach people in the US East Coast and West Coast, like in their time from like 8 to 11, depending on if it's East or West Coast, or 8 till midnight. But it's only a very narrow window and only for those who are actually also active at night. Like who are like working after, or like doing ClickFunnels or their entrepreneur stuff after their regular day job, or who are like me, like in a phase of their business where they just put in more effort to build a solid foundation and therefore put in more hours and are more active. But the advantage is very small, because in that 1 hour window that I would like, or 1 to 3 hour window that I would be available to also capture, most of the US people are also online. So it kind of like turns into a competition who's there to provide the right answer first. By not doing that, sleeping a little longer, or not longer, but like getting up a little later, I'm usually like well rested, and I can really like go through the posts that are like abandoned because they were posted so late that nobody else from the US was online anymore to provide an answer. And when people get up, as said, like my answer is usually the first to see, or one of the first to see. Now it also helps me, like my morning hours usually and my first Facebook activity hours are usually also the time window between 5 and not 8, 5 and 6 p.m. in Australia, and 7 and 8 p.m. in New Zealand, which means that I also, by covering this window in my morning routine, reach people there, and am able to help the audience, the ClickFunnels users, from down under. And that's pretty much like why I'm doing it, and why there would be no benefit for me to get up early, ignoring the fact that I'm just not a morning person. It is like this. It always has been like this. Yes, I could change, but why change a running system, to be honest? Yeah, I will not have more success if I get up in the morning. It will just like cause me to struggle for a couple of weeks to get used to a new schedule, and may actually cause more harm than it would do good. Yeah. So if people keep telling you like you have to get up in the morning, look at some super successful examples. Yeah, they are already super successful and they can therefore like stay longer in bed. But if you start looking, you will find some of them are really early birds. Maybe they get up even at 4, and some of them are really like me, and they sleep a little longer and they're still successful. Yeah. The point here is, we all are different, and success is not a matter of like when do you get up. Success is a matter of like showing up consistently and doing the work, putting in the effort. That's what it is. Yes, if you're in a business where all your clients like are active in the morning at 4, yeah, and have questions at 4, well, then you should get up at 4 as well. But if your business, your clients, like your target audience doesn't expect that, yeah, then you just pick the time of the day that works for you. Yeah. For me, for example, so while I get up late, it doesn't mean that I'm not working a lot. It simply means I start later, and I start with a very lazy morning, meaning like, like I check the messages, I have breakfast, I relax a little bit, I go through my emails, I'm active on Facebook a little bit on like basically half speed. And then once I wake up or something, then I get to work. Then somewhere during the day I have lunch, I go back to work. And then at the moment, I mean, it's not going to permanently be like this. It hasn't been like this for the last 15 years, but it's like when you start something new, what in my case is like, how to say, like finding ClickFunnels and deciding to promote it, and also deciding to not use the contacts and the audience that I have within Europe, but to focus on the US solely, like starting from scratch. Then you need to put in the effort. So therefore then my days, they don't end at 6 or something. It's not that I sleep longer and I still stop working at 6. No, my days usually end, I would say, roughly around midnight. Yeah, the average at the moment, maybe even later. For the last couple of days, I went to bed at 4 a.m., for example. Yeah, like so like I'm especially because it's the new One Funnel Away challenge right now. So I try to help people there, and I'm not doing this because I'm a saint, but I provide value to them. I show them what I know, so they know it's the right choice for them, or maybe some of them figure out it's the right choice for them to actually get their ClickFunnels account through me and follow me, so they have access to me and my knowledge, which is like quite vast. Simple as like this. And obviously I don't know everything, but I also know a lot of people that are specialists in each area. So for the things I don't know, I usually have somebody at hand where I can point people to. And so like because I then in the evening also have this window that I dedicate to Facebook again, I still need to record my daily videos, or I don't need to, but I committed to, so I'm doing it. And on top of the daily videos, I sometimes also create other video content or other content. Like for example, yesterday I created a video on how to build a squeeze page in under 15 minutes, one that actually looks good with proper font pairing, using a proper color palette and stuff like that. If you're already using ClickFunnels, check it out. It's like from yesterday, like basically 2 videos before that. It's not in the Supercalifragilistic playlist, to just check out my YouTube channel. And obviously, because it's a tutorial where I show stuff on my computer, it's not available as podcast. Yeah. Would it be kind of hard to describe every mouse click I make. And so that's it. Like, you do not have to get up early to be successful. What you have to do is you have to have a clear goal, why you're doing this, that motivates you, that keeps you going. And then you have to not make excuses, like get up every day, go out there every day and do the work. Yeah. And even if you have a lazy day, even if you have a day where you feel like, today I feel so tired, maybe you're hungover or something, whatever. But the thing is, show up and do at least a little thing, do at least some tasks that get you ahead. The goal should be to complete 5 things every day that are beneficial for your company or for your business, 5 things. And it could be as little as replying to comments and messages from people that are, I don't know, leads or my target audience, or in groups that my target audience is in or something. And that could be one of the things that you count. So even when you're totally, I don't know, off the tracks for a day or something, you can still take your phone and just scroll through Facebook and answer a couple of questions, and you can check one thing off your list. It's obviously beneficial if you do 5 big things. Things move faster than this way. but the main point is like just do something that takes or gets you closer to your goal every day, and eventually you will reach it. Yeah, there will be like stones thrown at you or on your way. Like for example, I was so active on Facebook yesterday, like with the new One Funnel Away challenge starting and all that stuff, that I posted in so many Facebook groups, and also joined so many other Facebook groups based on a like share your group thread, yeah, that I now got restricted by Facebook to post or comment in groups other than mine, yeah. But it is what happens. It means like, okay, yeah, I cannot be that active on Facebook for the next couple of days. Irina will probably compensate for that and will be a little bit more active. And I will just use the time to get other things done that I didn't have the time for before, because the social media activities had a higher priority. So it really is not about when you get up, it's that you get up, that you put effort in, that you show up daily. That's what's going to make you successful in the long run, and nothing else. Like, now comment below, do you agree, do you disagree? Like, do you really believe it makes a difference, like if you get up at 4? Also consider, in the end, each of us needs a certain amount of hours of sleep. So even if you were to get up at 4, yeah, I would say you would have to go to bed latest at 10 to catch your 6 hours of sleep. Some people like need more, or for some are used to more sleep, so maybe then you go to bed at 8 already, yeah. And then like enlighten me please if you think like getting up early is like so much better. What's the difference? Like if I get up at 9, or today I actually got up at 11 or close to 11, yeah, and I work till 4, like, and basically I really, with short breaks, maybe I have a power nap during the day, and then obviously time for eating. But if we take 24 hours, and from that I sleep again, like I woke up at 11 and I went to bed at 4, so that leaves 17 hours. We remove a power nap, half an hour, and let's say we remove like 1.5 hours for eating and stuff. So it leaves me with an average 15 hours work day. So like, now tell me whether if you really think getting up early in the morning makes a difference. Tell me in the comments below, why do you think it makes a difference if I work those 15 hours starting 4 a.m. in the morning, or if I work that 15 hours starting 11 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, so thanks for watching this. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Talk to you tomorrow with episode number 63. Till then, bye bye.